Good morning, peeps. Top of the day to you folks. Hope you're feeling well. Got a little Jamaican steel drum music in the background to jam with today, so I'm enjoying that. Hope you're feeling good. Today, of course, we're going to be talking about, as you can see, multiplying integers. So I got a couple questions to get you fired up here before we get started. So the first one is, what animal always attends baseball games? What animal always attends baseball games? Do you know it? A bat. There you go. So let me know if you got it right. Okay. Send me a little message on Google Classroom. Let me know. All right. Second one is, where do sheep like to go on vacation? Where do sheep like to go on vacation? The Bahamas. The Bahamas. Get it? Bahamas. So, I don't know if we're going to be able to get there anytime soon or not, but we can think about it. Dream about the sand, dream about the waves, the steel drum band. Alright, so until we can get there, let's talk a little bit about multiplying integers today. Alright, you ready? Okay, so the first thing I want to do is break it down into two different little sections here. Okay, so when you think about multiplying integers, you need to think about, okay, do they have the same sign? Okay, or do they have different signs? Alright, so let's talk about if they have the same sign. That would be like a positive times a positive. Okay, I'm going to kind of put that in black. Alright, or it could mean you're doing a negative times a negative. Okay, so if they have the same sign, it's going to be positive times positive or negative times negative. So, you know, we'll just do some basic ones just to kind of get us back in the hang of it. So if you had 7 times 8, okay, so that's a positive 7 times a positive 8. Of course, positive times positive is going to give you positive 56. Or if you did 12 times 12, let's say we got that, okay, 12 times 12, positive times positive, that's going to give you a 144, okay. So if you guys remember back, same thing for the negatives, okay. So if you're doing negative 12 times negative 5, okay, a negative times a negative, okay, it's got the same sign, that's going to give you a positive 60. Okay, switch back over here. Okay, and if you have a negative 7 times a negative 11, okay, we got another negative times a negative, okay, a negative times negative is going to give you a positive 77. Okay, so when they have the same sign right here, okay, if they have the same sign, you get a positive product. A positive product. Okay, so same signs give you positive products. All right, let's come over here and talk about if we have a different signs. Okay, so whether it would be a positive times a negative, or it could be the other way around. You could have a negative times a positive. Okay, if they've got different signs, okay, you probably now can remember, if you know that they have same signs like these, they give you a positive product. If they have different signs, what kind of product do you think they're going to have? Okay, so let's do a couple where we have the positive numbers first. So let's say we've got negative 3 times 5. Okay, so if you had negative 3 written down 5 times, okay, if you had 5 negative 3s, that is going to give you negative 15. Or another way to think about it is, okay, let's say you borrowed $3 from 5 different friends. Okay, so if you borrowed $3 from 5 different friends, you're going to owe them $15. Okay, excuse me. All right, let's say we got this one. Let's say you got negative 5 times 10. Okay, so if that would be, okay, you borrowed $5 from 10 different people, okay? And I put that down wrong. I'm supposed to be putting that down as the negative. I'm sorry. Okay. So if you borrowed $5 from 10 different people, okay, so 10 times you borrowed $5. That means you owe them $50. All right. So now let's do it the other way around. Let's say we've got the positive number first. So let's say we did 4 times negative 6. Okay, Doesn't matter if the order changes, okay? If you've got one positive, one negative, you've got different signs. That's going to give you negative 24. And let's do one that's a little bit, so look on here on your work and see what kind of numbers we got. Looks like the highest number is like 14. So let's say we've got 14 times negative 7. Okay, so we've got a positive times a negative. Got different signs. All right, so I know it's going to be a negative. And 7 times 14 is 98. Okay, so when you have different signs, whether your positive comes first and you do a positive times a negative, or whether your negative comes first and you do a negative times a positive, you're going to get a negative product. All right, so there's the first little part. Okay, same signs gives you a positive product. Okay, different signs give you a negative product. All right, now let's go into some of these problems that have more than just 2 multiplied together. Just talk about a couple of those. All right, so let's say you've got, let's see, that we're going to do it that way. That would be a negative 3 times 5 times negative 2 times 4. Okay, so in this problem we got a combination of a couple different integers. Okay, so what I would say to do first is let's put the positive ones together. So that would be, of course, the 5 and the 4. I'm going to come over here and put them together. And then I'm going to put the 2 negative ones together over here, the negative 3 and the negative 2. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back up to what I was talking about up here. Okay, so again, we've got same signs here. That's going to give you a positive product. And we've got same signs here. Okay, that's going to give you a positive product. So negative 3 times negative 2 is 6. Of course, 5 times 4 is 20. And then when you get done, you just do 6 times 20, and that's going to be, of course, a positive, because a positive times a positive gives you a positive product. And so that would be 120. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you to, kind of multiply the negatives together, multiply the positives together. Kind of do it like that. Okay, let's say you got one that's maybe all negatives. So let's just say you're multiplying a bunch of negatives together. Negative 2 times negative 3 times negative 4 times negative 5 times negative 6. Okay, well, let's do that. All right, again, I would group them together in pairs. So I would multiply these two together. Okay, I'm just going to put a little arrow between them. And I'm going to multiply these two together. And then we'll just multiply that by the negative 6 at the end. Okay, so if we go back to what we talked about, that's a negative and a negative. So they have the same sign. So that's going to give me a positive. Negative 2 times negative 3, of course, is 6. Again, got a negative times a negative. That's the same sign. And that's going to give us a positive product. So negative 4 times negative 5 is 20. Alright, and then I'm just going to bring down the negative 6 from here. Okay. Now, we know 6 times 20. That's just a positive times a positive. Okay, which is going to give me a positive product. So 6 times 20 right there is 120. Then I'll bring down that negative that I got on the end down there, okay, the negative 6. Now I've got different signs. Okay, I've got a positive times a negative. Positive times negative is going to give me a negative product. So if I multiply those together, that is going to give me negative 720. Alright, so just remember, same signs give you a positive product, different signs give you a negative product. Alright, some of these ones also have some variables on the end of them, so I'm just going to hit over a couple of those real fast. Let's see if I can stick those right down here. Okay. Alright, so let's look at a couple that are on here. Some of them have m's, n's, x, y's, a, b's, whatever they might be. Okay, so let's see. Let's say we've got, let's do a couple. Let's say we got 7x times negative 4y. Okay, so if we first of all just take a look at the numbers or the coefficients. Okay, we got a positive 7 and a negative 4. Okay, so when you've got a positive times a negative, of course that's going to give you a negative. So that's going to be negative 28. And then you just tag and put the variables on the end in alphabetical order. Okay, so that would be negative 28 and then x, y. So just put them on the end in alphabetical order. Alright, let's try another one. Got a few more in it. Let's say we got, let's see, negative 7n. Oh, scratch that. Negative 7n.
Alright, so we got a negative, a positive, and a negative. Okay, so you can do the numbers in whatever way you want to do them in. Okay, don't worry about that. So if you want to do the negative times a negative to start with, okay, if you want to do that, what's a negative times a negative? That's a positive. Okay, so that would be a positive 35 right there, times 3. And 35 times 3, that would of course give you 105, and that's a positive. If you did it this, straight across, negative 7 times 3 would be negative 21. And then negative 21 times negative 5, and negative times a negative would give you a positive 105. So either way you do it, fine. Now what do I do with the variables? Okay, just tag them on the end right here, so it's positive 105 in MP. Alright, so that pretty much sums it up there, people. So we're looking at the signs, okay? And if they're the same sign, okay, positive times a positive, that's going to give you a positive product. And if it's a negative times a negative, that's going to give you a positive product. Alright, if they've got different signs, it doesn't matter which one comes first, whether it's a positive times a negative or a negative times a positive, okay? If they've got different signs, then that's going to give you a negative product, okay? If you've got multiple ones together, okay, I would suggest multiplying the negatives together, multiplying the positives together, doing it like that. And then when you get to the ones that have the variables on the end, okay, that's all you gotta do. After you multiply your coefficients together, you just put the variables on the end, and just make sure you put them in alphabetical order, just like I did, okay? X, Y for this one, and then NMP for this one. I always want to put them in alphabetical order. Alright? If you got any questions, you know where to get to me at. That would be at dreid@davidson.k12.nc.us. I hope you people are doing well. I sure do miss seeing you every day. And, let me know if you need any help. I'm here for you every day till at least 3:30. Sometimes I check emails late at night. So I see some of you people working up in the AM hours. So Lord have mercy. You people must be sleeping till noon and working till 3 or 4 a.m. But whatever you're doing, I hope you're okay. Have a great day today. Let me know if you need me. And just close your eyes and enjoy a little steel drum music. Ciao, baby. Sayonara. Hasta la vista. See ya!